Good morning, guys. I am Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 14 children. 12 of my children are still here at home. Today we're making soap. So we made other soap already this morning. I'm just separating it into videos so that you guys, if you're looking for a specific soap, it's more searchable. Second batch of soap. And last night we made shampoo bars. So if you haven't seen any of those videos, I will try to remember, I'm not very good at remembering, to link those below. But I will have like a soap playlist. So make sure you check that out if you're looking for other soap recipes. So this recipe, we are swapping something over that I have wanted to do for a really long time and wasn't quite sure how to do it. And I was going to make a liquid dish soap. And then I decided, after researching and looking to see what other people were doing and that type of stuff, that I wanted to go with actually a bar dish soap, because I feel like there might be less waste if we do a bar dish soap. So I am going to give you this recipe. This is not my recipe. This recipe comes from, and she's going to make a much better video over at From Scratch Farmstead. I'll try to remember to link her video for this soap because she's much more precise in the comments below. I think it's From Scratch Farmstead. She has lots of great information about this soap. I'm just making it. I'm making it. We're going to try it out as a family and see how it works for our households. I would much rather make our soap than buy it, because we have been buying the cheap stuff, and not everyone in our house can tolerate the cheap stuff because it gives us skin irritation. And we used to buy 7th generation. I can't always get it. It is expensive, and some people waste soap because they're young and they like to squeeze half a bottle into a sink to do dishes. Anyhow, let's make this soap. So she's just pouring the lye into the water. See the steam coming off the top there a little bit. Today we are going to make, I don't know if we're going to do 1 or 2 batches, but I want to do lemon and I also want to do grapefruit. I think those are both yummy dish soapy type scents, I guess. So she has her coconut oil next. And you always use your hardest oil first, so she's going to plop that in there. So this recipe here comes from a YouTube channel called, I believe it's From Scratch Homestead or From Scratch Farmstead. I'm going to try to remember to link that down in the description box below. She did a great job doing the video. I just figured that I would share with you guys because this is something that we are trying out. I know before I had mentioned before that I was kind of struggling with my dish soap issue. So I have always before bought very clean, like 7th generation type dish soap, and then the kids were doing dishes and it was just becoming very pricey because they were using a lot of soap doing dishes. So I think that we're going to try this out for a while. I'm sure it will take some adjustment using a bar of soap instead of a liquid soap, but I feel like it probably won't be wasted as much because you'll need to lather that soap each time, or lather your either sponge or we use like dishcloths, lather those before you actually wash your dishes. So I'm hoping that in the end it will actually be a blessing to have these bars. So that's all in now, and she's just stirring that so it dissolves. And then we're going to add, we mixed in there both the lard and the castor oil together. I'll pop up the amounts on the screen so you guys know, but there's the castor oil and the lard together, and those are the only 3 oils in it. So you're looking at coconut oil, castor oil, and lard and or tallow. I think she uses tallow. I have lard. So she is just slowly pouring this in here. I had somebody in the kitchen who was also using the food processor on a totally different project, but it was really loud. So this is why I'm deciding to voice over this part. So she's just pouring that in slow, and all the fats are going to melt together. This soap did turn out fairly well. I ended up, she made a batch with me, and then I ended up going into the other room to lay down and having her older sister watch her with the next batch, and she did good. You'll notice when the bars come out, they're a little lumpy, but that's a new time. So she is mixing this up, and then we're gonna use a dasher blender in order to mix it up further. Adding a little bit of a capful of essential oil. So the cost breakdown for these bars from my supplies were about $11, and it made 10 bars. So we're looking at just a little over $1 a bar for this soap. I'm interested in seeing how long like each bar will last, but it is good, clean ingredients. So that is super important. Quite a few of us have eczema. I get eczema on my hands. And so our diet has changed a lot, and since we took gluten out, the eczema has seemed to disappear for the most part. But I have been eating gluten lately, and it really is it's starting to come back on my hands, honestly. And so I am just very thankful to try out this new soap, because the other ones are so harsh with all the chemicals that are added to commercial type soaps. I've actually wanted to do this for years, but I tried one recipe before, and it was a liquid soap, and it kind of came out almost like snot, and it was just like, I don't know, like poopy. I know my analogy of being, it was just like really like, I don't know, you'd go to get some and it just kind of like gooped up, and it seemed really wasteful and that type of stuff. So I had to stop the voiceover for a minute to get insulin. So basically I decided that was not very cost effective, and we were not going to be using that. So since then I have not tried, but I kept thinking in the back of my head, I really want to try, because I want something that's better on our hands and not so harsh. Quite a few, even who do not have eczema, have sensitivities on their hands for doing dishes quite a bit. And we do lots of dishes. Yes, we have no dishwasher. We do lots of dishes. So, yes, I'm hoping this will be a blessing. So at this point, I actually left to go lay down for a couple minutes. She did it a little bit too much, a little past like where I probably would have wanted it for a trace. So it was a little bit harder to pour. So you can see it's kind of like lumpy as it comes out. You probably want to not do it like that. It did work out, but it ended up having like air bubbles and stuff in the soap bars, which you will see in a couple minutes. And that is why, if you didn't have it come to such a thick trace. But honestly, I think that it's good that it did this, because it's so good for children to learn, hey, maybe I don't want to do that next time. Maybe I should wait, or maybe I should have waited longer or taken off quicker. And that's how they learn those skills, by doing and by learning. And it was a learning opportunity after to see why you would actually do it, rather than somebody just telling you, hey, it could make like air holes and lumps and that type of stuff, but actually seeing, oh, that's what the difference is. That's how it looks different if, it gets too thick. And there's going to be times with any of us that we let something go too long, just like if we cook something a little too long in the oven or whatever, and you get those crispy edges and whatever, and that's all part of the learning experience. And I think that's part of a learning experience as far as homeschooling, life schooling, whatever you want to call it, is that they can learn from mistakes as well, just like we do in real life. If you always have somebody tell you what it's going to become or what the outcome is going to be, that's always not the best thing either, because then they don't get to experience the actual mistakes and failures. And sometimes my biggest lessons in life have come out of huge mistakes or failures. I think probably everyone could say that that happens, and it's just a blessing to have that. So yeah, I think she did a really good job. If I were to have done this, or if you're doing this, you may want to, like, you'd take one side and shake it down a little bit. Okay, so this morning we made dish soap bars. I took them out. I'm actually going to put them on the rack over there in just a second. We just wanted to, we had a little mishap when we were mixing some of the clay this morning for a different recipe, and I wanted to use that up today. So what I did was, or what my daughter did, I pulled these out, and then my daughter was making these, which are also dish soap. So what we ended up doing, I had some extra clay powder that needed to get used up. So this clay powder here is just red rose clay, and I put some grapefruit scent in it. So those will also be for dish soap, those two. We also made more shampoo bars, and those are starting to set. But yes, that is what we did. So those would be grapefruit dish soap.